So after we've selected that, we select the array tool and then put this on move to last. And then we start drawing from this point and connect it to this point. Then we lock the center of this line with this and then lock this with this line. All right, and then we'll select this and put the label on number hole LR. All right, after that, I'll select the slot that we have on the bottom and then select the array tool and then select from the center of this line and then we go all the way to here. All right, and lock it with this vertical line and then this horizontal line. All right, so then let me just select this and then put the label on the number hole LR once again. And we need to match the both sides with the edges that we have. For example, when we're talking about this point here, we use align and then lock this with this line and then this line. All right, then let me select this and then select the array tool. And then after that, we draw from this point all the way to this point right here. Then I'll select the align tool and then lock these two up. After that, I'll select this line that we have up top and change the label to the one that we used before. And then we have to do the same thing for the bottom part as well. So I'll select this and then use the array tool, then start drawing from this point right here to the other side and end it here. Then I'll have to align them. So align this with the vertical line, then select this part. We select this line using the tab and then change the label. Now we'll have to change the view to see how this looks like and if we've done it right height-wise. So for example, I'll go to the front view and then create a reference plane here. Then use the measure tool. All right, so then we draw from here to here. And then here we equalize these two sides. Put the scaling on 1 to 2. After that, I'll select this and put the label on edge profile. And there we go. Now it's been divided by 2. Now I can select the align tool and lock the center of this with the center of this one. Then we do the same with these two as well. And then we go to the other side and lock the center of this one with here and this slot with this plane. Now all of them are arranged in the same direction, neatly and orderly. So now I'll save the file up to this point. And then let's open up the family types to assign a material to it. So we open up the galvanized section and through the material browser, let's see if we have anything galvanized. All right, so I'll select this one and add it up top. There we go. Then check the use render appearance box and then apply and okay. Now we just have to wait for the Revit file to load up the command and see the results. All right, now I'll save the file and then load into project and close. Let's see, hit cancel on this window and it seems it's taking quite a bit of time to apply. All right, cancel on this. And then after that, let's go to the cut that we just created right here, the detail 0. And then let's see what we have and what we should do from there. All right, so I'll select this and hit create similar to create another cut right here so that we can see the wall from the side. All right, so bring it down all the way to this point and then let's see what we can do. All right, after that, let's go to the extend section and put the far clip offset on 0.1 And then I'll scroll up through the plan and then zoom in to see how I can use the align tool to lock the center of this pipe with the cut line that we just made. Then select this and put the offset on 15 centimeters. Alright, so right click on it and hit go to view. Alright, now on this plan that opened up, I'll put it on fine. And then let's see where we can find it. Alright, now let me just go to the floor plans that we have. This level and see what we have. It's not this one, so let's go to the level that we have below here, and that's the 22,000 level to see where the cut line disappeared off to. Alright, so try once again, open up this cut. Here, select the cut that we have, and the pipe that we have running through the system. Then right click up here on the cut and select go to view. Alright, so it's right here. So I'll select this and using shift I'll move it to the right. Alright, so then let's see what we have after that. Open up this plan and put it on wireframe setting. Alright, so it's right here. So now I'll go over to the Systems tab and then select the Pipe Accessories tool. And on this menu, I'll select Pick a Line and right click on the wall surface here. Alright, so select this and let me just add a bit to the offset. Put it on 0.2. And then let's put it on Hidden Line setting. Alright, so once again, Pipe Accessories. Then select the pick a line option, that's the first one, and then hit OK. And then I'll go to the wall surface that we have here and then start drawing the line myself. And as you may remember, it's place on face. Alright, so then we have to wait for the command to be applied. After I've done that, I'll click on this surface that we have right here, and then after that we'll get a quick test of it in a 3D view to see if it's been applied correctly on the surface or not. Alright, so here I'll select this pipe right here and this line as well, and then I'll create a section box here, and then we can get a better look at it in the 3D view. So now you can see that this pipe is placed inside of the wall itself, and it actually has a collision point with the wall post that we've placed there. Alright, so I'll select the pipe itself and then I'll go to the roof plan, which is this level right here, the 25,000. So let's see where this actually goes. Let me go to the detail file and let's see. So it's right here. So then switch it to the roof plan, and alright, so we have it right here. We just need to move it a bit lower so we can get it just right. There we go. And alright, after that, let's return to the 3D view. And if you actually pay attention to the view that we have here, there is some distance between them now and we don't have any collisions anymore. Alright, now let's switch this to the next cut and let's see what we can do from there. So open this up. Alright, I'll select this and then use the mirror tool that we have right up here and mirror it based on the center line of this pipe right here. You can mirror it or use the host option or whatever it is that's to your preference. Alright, there we go. So we usually connect these up with the lateral walls that we have, and I'll demonstrate it to you right here. So connect these two up And then on this side, we'll connect this wall to this piece right here. Now I'll put some distance in between them. It's too much, so reduce it, and there we go. Alright, so for the other one, select it and move it a bit to the left, and there we go. Now in order to be a bit more precise, you can put a dimension here as well. There we go, and then I'll select this one that we have on the left and put in 5 centimeters here and move it, and then do the same for the other one as well. And this motion and the piece itself will continue downwards according to the plan, and you can do this using the end piece of the part by grabbing it and then extending it downwards. I should also mention an important point here about the handles that you can see. Let's just see. So the point is that we actually only need one handle and we don't actually need them for the both of them. Let me just scroll up to see what we have. Alright, so I'll go to the edit family to check this out. Alright, let's go to the plan. And then here I'll select these two lines on this side and these two over here, and on the other section I'll put them on not a reference because just one of them is enough for us. Alright, and when we're talking about aligning them, I can go over here and create two reference planes on top of this. The first one right here and the second one below it. Alright, and then after I've done that, I can select the align tool and lock the plane with the line that we have on top of the piece and the one on the bottom as well. And then I'll put these two under no reference. This is just so we can align them later on. So then I'll save the file once again and then hit load into project and close and overwrite. So now if I select a piece, we only have one handle, and this makes it so that we don't actually grab the other handle by mistake. Alright, so we also have length here that we can check out if we open up the edit type. So this one's the other section, so we don't need to do anything here. So as you can see, we have the length under the constraints section. So in order to demonstrate this, let's just assume that we need to extend this all the way to the bottom. So we can select the align tool and then go all the way down here and click right here. So we align it to the level below, and then we go all the way here and we click right on this piece. Now because this is face-based, it continues it and then it adds the slots to it in perfect proportions as well. Now we have a belt that we'll discuss